was at the Bay City Mission, and I was depressed because things wasn't going like I was wanting to. So on my way to Hastings, usually I just took off walking. I'm way off course. And I'm so mad and I'm depressed, and what's going through my mind is that particular day at that time I was thinking, yep, I gotta go back and do what I used to do. You know, I was selling drugs, and I come to the conclusion, well, this ain't working for me. You know, so I'm just walking and figuring out in my mind and in my head what I'm gonna do and who I gotta go call, and you know, and I'm walking and I'm really not paying attention to where I'm walking. But I had walked all the way down Polk Street and turned on 15th Street. So I'm walking here and I still hadn't paid any attention yet. I'm supposed to be at Hastings by now. Anyhow, I walked and there was this sign. Now I walked by this, I've been by this church since I've been out of penitentiary. I've been out of penitentiary, what, 6 years, 7 years? And to me, this was just another church, because you know all the churches here. And so, as I was walking by this out there, I get to this sign, and I see this sign that says Central Church of Christ. And it was crazy to me, because at that moment, some names, 3 guys, their names came to me. And the names was Tom Grant, Jim Nesbitt, and Clint Hummel, which I met at a Kairos. I was standing there looking at this sign, and I'm wondering, I'm like, this is crazy. This is 9 years ago, right? I can't. And it was just a 4-day get together. And I'm standing there and I'm thinking, no. And then so I get this feeling that you need to go in, right? And I was like, nah, I don't think so. And so I sat there through the sermon, and then, you know, I said, okay, it's all right. Then I come back the following week, and I'm looking for Tom. And I'm looking at all these people, and I'm going like, man, you ain't gonna recognize this dude. How are you gonna, I mean, like, you don't even remember what he's gonna look like. How am I gonna find him in all these people? And so, you looked at everybody, you gave the last part of your sermon, and you tell everybody, he says, look to your left and shake your brother's hand. Right? So I looked, and I shake my brother's hand. He said, look to your right and shake your brother's hand. I look to my right, and I shake his hand. And then he said, turn around and look at the guy behind you. And I turned around, and there was Tom Grant directly behind me. And the cold part was I recognized him. I recognized this dude. I turned around, I looked, and I go, you're Tom Grant. And he goes, ooh, he's just looking at me all crazy. Like, and that's my journey here. When I got out and I was praying to God, and I'm like, God, give me a sign. Right? Give me a sign. And just give me a sign that you're God. I just wake up and I'm like, just don't care. I'm just not there. Never in my mind would I thought it would actually be a sign. Because when I walked past that sign, that was my sign. I was like, well, that's the whole thing that was going through my mind when I was standing there talking to myself with this sign, looking at this sign that says Central Church of Christ. That had to be my sign, right? And so that's why I feel God had to. That wasn't just a coincidence, was it? I mean, was it luck? You know, I don't believe I just lucked up and remember those names. You know, I had too many sale partners, too many years been by. That I sat back and looked and know there had to be some sort of divine intervention in my life. I just feel it. I mean, who else could it be? There's nothing that I know of that could make things like that happen. As a matter of fact, I've signed up for the Torch program. Well, it's like a Kairos for prisoners, but only it's for the kids that's out locked up in the counties. And I like to tell them my story. And I feel that if I could just win one of them, just one of them, I feel good. Therefore, my dear friends, as you have always obeyed, not only in my presence, but now much more in my absence, continue to work out your salvations with fear and trembling. For it is God who works in you, me.